episode 61 of the Grianaig Creations podcast. My name is Kirsty and I am coming to you from a very grey and wet west coast of Scotland. Today is 17th of March, it's a Sunday. I don't normally mention the date, but it probably helps people just now getting through lockdown and isolation to maybe know the date, because I know a lot of people, including myself, have been getting the days a bit confused and mixed up. So yeah, today is Sunday the 17th of May. Yesterday was my dad's birthday. Not that anyone cares, but we had quite a nice day. He got a lot of surprises that he wasn't expecting. A lot of surprises that some of us weren't expecting either. And yeah, it was just a really nice chilled day. For those that might get on their high horses, I do live with my parents. I am not going against the lockdown rules. I live with both my mum and my dad, so it is absolutely fine that I see them during this time. So, where to start? It's been a month since I last recorded. I took a bit of a step back because of my mental health with everything that's been going on. Lockdown, not seeing Scott, a lot of the hate that has been going on in the world, whether that's through politics, because of politics, or got nothing to do with politics. There's been a lot of hate in the world and it just really dampened my spirit. It got really, the negativity really got to me and I just wasn't feeling it. So I decided to take a wee break from podcasting, from social media and everything really. The only thing I kind of kept doing was obviously go to work. When I say go to work, this is my office. Bit of a shambles, that's a broken tumble dryer. To the right of me is a clothes horse full with fresh hung up washing. So yeah, I still am working through all of this. Had a couple of days holiday in April for my birthday, but that's about it. So just kind of like normal daily life for me, but I'm not seeing Scott in person, just through FaceTime or Facebook Messenger video. I don't know what you call that. It's not FaceTime. FaceTime's iPhone, and I'm trying to get him to get an iPhone, but he's not budging just yet. So yeah, I'm just looking at the pile that's next to me. And it's not a ton, but it's something. So I guess I will start with my finished object. If anyone does follow me on Instagram, and the Instagram handle for that is Grianaig_creations, you will have seen my finished object because I could not contain my excitement for having it finished. Ends are still to be woven in, the item is still to be blocked because the weather has been awful here in Scotland since I got this finished. To sidetrack that story, we had glorious weather, absolutely glorious weather, and thankfully it was whilst I was off in April. So about the 23rd, 24th, 25th of April, we had glorious weather. It was beautifully warm. It was sunny all day, every day. And now the heavens have turned and we have grey sky. I can't see a bit of blue sky today because I am sit right at a window, hence glorious lighting. Sat at a window, I cannot see a tiny bit of blue sky. I just see grey. It's been raining on and off for the last 3 or 4 days, and all I wanted to do was soak my shawl and hang it up in the washing line to block, because that is now my favourite method, because all I need are clothes pegs, and my OCD and pernicketyness when blocking doesn't come into play when I'm doing it on the washing line. So it's going to wait for a wee while to get blocked. It is big enough, but I would like it blocked. And that is my Vertices Unite shawl as she moves further and further back. It's huge. I'm coming. I am in love with this shawl, but I would like it just to be a little bit bigger. And I know that's crazy, but it's what it is. So section 1, which is this section here, was knit using Artful, which is a Canadian dyer, and it was also knit with Otherworldly yarns. And then section 2, which was the purple section down here, is knit with Otherworldly yarns and the Wool Kitchen. Section 3, which is this one here, is using my own hand dyed, and it's in such a really soft, because it's got cashmere in it. It is so soft. Alright, which one was section 4? Section 4 was this one. So this is just the Wool Kitchen, and this was in the Tits Out Collective colourway. Section 5 was Artful and Otherworldly yarns, and then section 6 was excuse me section 6 is Otherworldly yarns, and then the I-cord bind off was done in the Wool Kitchen. I had initially thought about using a neon, I've got stitch marker still in here, using a kind of a neon yellowy green, like highlighter yellowy green, to do the I-cord bind off, but I decided not to. I decided just to do what the pattern says and use one of the colours I already had. Now I've just remembered why that stitch marker was there. And it was for this podcast. So I kept my fingers where it was where I took it out. So the last time you guys seen this was up to here in section 1. I worked on this fairly monogamously with a couple of other projects thrown in on the odd day. So I worked fairly monogamously on this, and I loved it. I really, really loved it. And I want to block it just so it's a little bit bigger. It's very squishy, it's very soft. I love all the colours. I would probably maybe do another one in slightly different colours, like more reds maybe. I do like the blue and the purple and the green. Don't know why I said blue. I don't know. Maybe some yellow. I've really taken to yellow recently. I have no idea. That was my phone, by the way. So yeah, I really love this. It will get blocked as soon as the weather turns nice, and I might wear it throughout summer as more of a wrap than a bandana style that I normally wear. I'm not going to get this looking neat, am I? There's no good way to fold half of these shawls that I make. Because I got one half to one side, one half to the other side. Right, let's just get this out of the way. Whee! So that was my first finished object. I actually have technically 3 other finished objects, but I don't have them to show. They have been shipped off to their new homes, and I will insert photos whilst I'm talking about them. But basically what it was is, my cousin is a frontline worker in a hospital in Edinburgh, and she had a really rough time of it. She doesn't normally work in the hospital, and when a couple of weeks after she started working with the COVID patients, she actually got it herself. She is thankfully all better now, but it was quite a scary time for us. Her wee girl didn't understand what was going on, and I wanted to cheer her and her daughter up, and so I made one of the nurses, I didn't make the pattern. That's not what it was technically what I was about to say. Right, Kirsty, shut up. I crocheted one of the nurse doll patterns that's going around at the moment. The one with like the mask and the wee white shoes and the blue scrubs. I made one for her and it swiftly went to her daughter, which I was expecting. But it cheered them both up, it let them know that we were thinking of them, and it done what I wanted it to do, it cheered them up. And then I made a second one for my work colleague's daughter, who is also a frontline worker and was having a terrible time of it. And my heart went out to her, and I just wanted her to know that there were people thinking of her and hoping that she would feel better, because I think she also caught it as well from her job. And she had just had a terrible time before she got sick, and then she obviously caught it and she felt horrible, and then she got over it and she was still having a terrible time of it. And I just wanted her to know that even a complete stranger was thinking of her, because she doesn't know me. Even though I know her mum, she doesn't know me. We've never met. But my heart goes out to her because she was just having such a horrible time. So I made her one and shipped that off to her, and she got it, and she got it on a day where she just felt absolute crap. And she was just like, she said to her mum that it was just what she needed. It really, really cheered her up, because I put in a wee note as well just saying that I thought, even though she doesn't know me and I don't really know her, that she's an awesome person, and to keep going and not give up and don't let all the negative stuff get to her. And at the end I signed it off saying, you are awesome. Because she is awesome. Like, from what I've heard of her from her mum, she is an awesome, awesome person. She's just had bad thing after bad thing after bad thing happen to her. So I made her one and it really cheered her up, and I'm so glad that I thought to do it. Because I sent her mum the pattern and I was like, I'm going to be making one of these for my cousin. Would your daughter want one? And she's like, oh my god, yes. So her mum kept trying to pay me, and I was like, no, this was my idea. I want to make it. And then her mum kept being like, right, okay, at least tell me what I owe you for postage. I was like, no. My idea, I wanted to do it. So she has not paid a penny towards it. I don't care. I didn't want any of her money. I just wanted to do something nice. And then some other things that I made were the ear protectors. Is that what we're calling them? So my mum knit up four for my friend, and then she also done a huge amount of other ones for our local hospital. But it's the things you put at the back of your head that the elastic from the masks goes onto to stop the irritation behind your ears. So I crocheted up a few of them for my friend who works in a care home, and I was just like, right, I've put in a couple for you, but the rest I would like you to divvy out to your colleagues if they want them. Some people might not want them, some people might absolutely adore them and want them to save their ears. So sent that off, all parcels were received very well and over the moon with them. So yeah, I don't have them to show, but I will insert photos. And you can have a look at what I done. So the next one, if we're going to continue on with finished objects, we'll go with a faux, which is being held in my Calic Chic Ellen bag. I absolutely adore this bag. It's big enough because I'm sitting this like that in the bag because I am working 2 skeins of yarn, because this is a 2 skein sock yarn. I can't speak today. Let's try this again. 2 skein sock pattern thing. Oh jeez. So yeah, I'm sitting that black yarn upright because I'm working from the centre of the ball. So it's a really good size bag for that. And then there's also plenty of room for the sock, and then the ball of yarn, and then the project, and then my bag. My pattern. I'm going to move my phone onto something soft so it doesn't vibrate so loudly. So this is the Rainbow Connection Socks by Kay Litton. And for those that watch her, she is the Crazy Sock Lady podcast. And I am in love with this. So it's patterned on the front, it's just striped on the back, and it's just so nice. Like, I love these socks, so they really cheer me up because of the self-striping yarn. The black yarn, bit of a bitch to work with, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, I kind of stopped caring about the whole swearing thing. I'll put like a pre-warning at the start in case your kids are watching this, but yeah, sorry, but not sorry. So the black yarn was a bit of a bitch to work with because I would sit in here where the light is coming in from this angle, and I'd be kind of like fighting against that. I don't know if that makes sense. So because the light isn't if the light was coming from this direction, I think I would have been fine working with the black yarn. But because the light's coming from this direction, it was a little bit harder for me to work for the cuff, the heel, and the toe. If I was sitting in my room working on this, then it was complete opposite. I'd be sitting with the sun coming in from this direction and I could work on it absolutely fine. But that's only for the cuff, the heel and the toe. Everything else was absolutely fine. But that's me. That is certainly nothing to do with the pattern. The pattern doesn't tell you that you must use black yarn. I just liked the look of the one she done with black yarn, and it made me think of one of my Laughing Yaffle self-stripers. So on that note, this is a Laughing Yaffle self-striping. This one is called Unicorn Tales, and Laughing Yaffle is a UK dyer. She's quite sporadic with her updates. Dyeing yarn certainly isn't her full-time job, but her stuff, if you can get it, is phenomenal. So this is a sparkle base. Don't know if you'll see that coming up, but it is absolutely lovely. The colours are brilliant. They are crystal clear. I can't fault her yarn at all. I just love it. It's so bright, it's so cheerful. This has been one of the projects that has been keeping me going. That sounds really quite serious, but I just mean in the sense that my crafting mojo. And I just love it. I've always loved self-striping yarn because it's just like one more stripe, one more stripe. So yeah, I got this one finished. It took me a while, I'm not gonna lie. Vanilla socks I can normally crank out within a week, but this took me a couple of weeks to do. And it's just because I had so many other projects I wanted to work on, and the sock just kind of went to the way by. And I don't regret it. I got it done. It is nice. I love it. I'm going to enjoy wearing them. But I also had a lot more joy on some of my other projects. So we'll see. I could maybe get this sock finished within the next, like the second sock finished within the next couple of days. But I do like it. It's just so cheerful. So I do have the second one started. I haven't even bothered to try and match the stripes because this one starts on pink and this one starts on green. Very little green, and then goes straight into blue, so you might not be able to see it too clearly. But there is a little bit of green at the top there. You might be able to see it better. Nah, you really can't see it on the back. So, didn't even try and match the stripes because that doesn't bother me at all. I've always been more of a can't be bothered person when it comes to matchy socks, and that's nothing against people that like matchy socks. It's just me personally, I can't be like bothered with that crap. I would rather just sit and knit rather than try and find the perfect like starting point for the second one. So yeah, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on the 6th repeat. And how many did I do? I done 13 repeats for the leg, so getting there. Just over half. No, just under half. Oh geez, go back to bed. So that's a full and the start of a second one. Nope, a whole. Sorry, it's a half finished object. And we'll go with the next big one. So this is a bag I made that's not available for anybody because I'm not making bags anymore. And this is housing my Ursa sweater. I got the belly finished. So last time you guys seen this, it was where the stitch marker is, which is just by the join. This is not easy to show. So the stitch marker's here and I got the body finished, which was a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of work and it was very strenuous on my hands, is that the right word? I'm more used to 2.25mm needles, not 6.5mm needles. So it did hurt my hands a wee bit. That's why I've not picked it up and done the sleeves. I could probably have rattled through the sleeves by now. But I haven't because I needed to rest my hands. And it's been about 3 weeks since I last touched this. And I'll show you the project why I've not touched this in just a moment. So yep, that's my Ursa sweater. It is being knit in 100% acrylic yarn. Whether you like it or not, keep your opinions to yourself if they're going to be nasty. But this is 97% acrylic, 3% viscose. Is that focused? The yarn is Heritage Collection Serenity Luxury Yarn. I wouldn't really call it luxury, but okay. It cost me $1.99 from... Now I get the shops confused all the time. B&M. If it wasn't B&M, it's Home Bargains. I get those two confused every time. So I have 1, 2, 3 full skeins left, and then that. So I have plenty to do really nice long sleeves. I want them to go down to at least my knuckles. And it was going to be a great sweater come winter because I tried it on and I walked through to show my mum, and by the time I got through to my mum I kind of stood talking to her for about 5 minutes, no more than that. I was sweltered, absolutely overheating in it, so it's going to be amazing for winter. I don't really have much more to say on it. I was enjoying it, it's just a shame it was hurting my hands as much as it was. So it has fell to the wayside for just a wee bit. I'm hoping to pick it up soon enough, but for now we'll move on to the 2 projects that have been forcing my attention. I say forcing in a good way. So for any viewers that have been with me for a while, you'll know that I started a granny square blanket and then ripped it out because I didn't want to do a square. So I tried to make a granny rectangle blanket and it just wasn't sitting right. I really wasn't happy. I probably could have blocked it considering I am using opal yarn or opal yarn. I could have blocked it, but I really didn't want to block a blanket. So I ripped that out. And I started a granny stripe blanket. Now I say this has been taking my attention. It was for a few days where I didn't want to knit, I didn't want to work on any of the projects I had, I didn't want to cast on any new projects, and my heart just wanted simple crochet. And it was because I had been doing my amigurumi that I was just like, I just want to crochet everything. And yet at the same point, I didn't really want to work on anything. Does that make sense? It was at the peak when my mental health had taken a big dip, and I was just like, so. But yeah, I started a granny striped blanket. It is long. It is very, very long. I did not count the number of chains. I originally started one with 230 chains, and then I laid down in my bed and it wasn't big enough to cover my double bed. So ripped it all out, started again, and I'm pretty sure I'm maybe over 300 chains for my starting point. And I went up a hook size for my chain because I've done crochet before, and in my opinion, if I was to chain with the hook that I'm going to use for the body of the blanket, the bottom is pulled in. And I didn't want that. I wanted it to sit completely parallel with each other. I didn't want the bottom to get pulled in a wee bit. So I chained with a hook just a little bit bigger than the hook I was going to use for the body. What hook am I using? I'm using a 3.5, so I would have hooked with a 4mm hook. And yeah, I think it worked out really, really well. I really do. I'm really happy with that bottom edge. And I'm loving the colours. I have a big giant magic ball. This is all Regia. Did I say opal earlier? I meant Regia. Or is it opal? I think it's opal. I bought the... Oh jeez, my brain's just turned off. I bought the Advent box, so it's opal. It was opal, and it's the 15-gram mini balls that you can get in part of the Advent calendar. And I've got most of them in here, and then I've got a couple of others in my room, and some scraps people have sent me for opal. So if anyone's getting rid of any opal scraps, please let me know. I would happily take them off your hands, because I know this is not going to be enough for my blanket, and I don't have that many that I can put in, so I'll probably get like half a blanket done. But I have kind of put this against my bed and found that it's definitely going to be long enough, and I'm hoping it's even going to be, what I say long enough, I meant wide enough to cover Scott's king size bed when we finally move in together. When podcasters do that, it's because they're really trying to get a good still for the video homepage. So yeah, and this is being kept in my Flufanta bag, which is Yarnistry. Now if I don't stop my camera and restart the video, it'll cut off and I'll not be able to tell where it cuts off. So I'll be back in just a moment. It really annoys me how my camera just cuts off. The first time I used this to record the podcast, it didn't cut off and it just kept recording, even though it says it's got 29 minute limit in whatever seconds. And it recorded into the next segment without cutting anything off, without cutting me off mid-sentence and then not noticing. But then the next time I done it, it cut me off. I didn't notice for 10 minutes that it hadn't just rolled over. And then the next time I kind of caught it within 5 minutes, and now this time I'm just like, right, okay, just stop the camera and hit the record button again. So yeah, I don't understand technology anymore. I am not a technological inclined person. But yeah, I just thought it'd be better safe than sorry this time. Here is the project that has been keeping me... Is my heater on? I hope not. Here's the project that's really been making me happy, but it does need to come with a bit of a forewarning for those that will not be happy with this. I bought these patterns... I say patterns, I'm only working on one just now, but I bought some of this designer's patterns a long time ago, and then I didn't agree with some of the things she was saying last year. I didn't agree with how she handled it, and so on and so forth. So I will say the name of the pattern, but I will not promote the designer. You can have your own opinion on this, but I hope that you'll respect my opinion on this as well. So here is the Soldotna crop. I have loved this pattern since it came out, but I never had a DK stash. I still don't have a DK stash, but I specifically bought yarn for a completely different project, and I had numerous balls of Pixel, Wendy Pixel, which is 100% acrylic yarn. So again, if you're anti-acrylic, please respect my, what's the word? Not, well, maybe opinion, but I'm using it so it's not an opinion. My brain's not working today. Insert whatever word it is here. Please respect my use of this yarn. I love it a wee bit. There's something not sitting right at the bottom of this sweater, and every time you'll not really be able to see it, but if I stretch it out it sits a lot nicer. So I don't know if maybe it's because it's on a shorter cable, or because it's all scrunched up. That would be shorter cable again, but I don't know. There's just something like the grey blue here is bunching up, so it looks like it's got texture at the bottom instead of colour work, and I don't like it. But I'm not going to rip it out either. It's a learning thing for me. I haven't done colour work in such a long time, and I just wanted to try it, and I wanted to try it on yarn that cost me £2 a ball instead of hand dyed that would cost me a shit ton more. And that's not to say I wouldn't spend the money on hand dyed yarn. I mean, I used to dye yarn myself. I'm going to put it down now, it's hurt my arm to hold it up. I would spend the money on indie dyed yarn to make a sweater, hands down, but at the moment Scott and I are saving up for a house, so I have to use what I have, and at the moment what I have is acrylic yarn. It is what it is. And also, because I haven't done colour work in such a long time, I really wanted to see how it would come out. Are my floats too tight, which I think is what's going on at the bottom half of the sweater? Are my floats just right, which has happened just a wee bit in the sweater, or are my floats too long, which has happened quite a lot in the sweater? So I'm still working out that sweet spot with colour work, and it's literally just going to be practice makes perfect. That's all it is. That's all I can do, is just keep trying. But my mum loves that. She loves it. She wants one, but she won't knit colour work. So I might knit her one. Shh, don't tell her though. Might make her one. Because I would need to try and do it secretly, but also get it to fit her. And I wouldn't want the pressure of her knowing I was making it and then not being able to finish it quick enough. So there's a lot of things there that could really, you know, I would want to try it on her as I was knitting it, but I'd wanted to keep it a secret. My cat's scratching at the door to get in. You know, we'll see. I might make her one. I'll see how I feel after this one. What I should mention is I am not doing the colour work in the body of the sweater. I took it out because I tried 2 rounds of it, my floats were massive, I didn't like it, I really didn't like the look of it, and so I just took them out. I didn't want them in it, I just want that yellow. I'm in love with that colour. It's a slightly marled yarn, so you can't see it in this one, but there's somewhere it looks like there's a really golden brown in the yarn, and then it's just this really gorgeous yellow orange colour, and it makes my heart happy. It really, really makes my heart happy. And this yarn has been waiting to be used for some amount of time. I bought this yarn from Watt Brothers before it went into administration. I must have bought the yarn about 2 years ago, and I bought a lot of it because it was originally going to be a colourwork cardigan that I do have the pattern book for, but I decided colourwork cardigan was going to be a lot of work, whereas if I'd done this one, it's just colourwork really at the top. And I like the fact it's cropped, I like the fact it suits a lot of bodies, and that's what my heart wants just now. My heart wants cropped, cute sweaters and jumpers, or cardigans, whatever you're going to want to call all of the above. I think sweaters is more of an American term, jumpers is the UK term. I could be making that up a lot. So, I am kind of on a spending ban. I'm not going to forbid myself from buying anything, but I'm definitely being quite, not wary. Wary's the wrong word. I'm just being quite mindful of how I'm spending my money, because if this pandemic has taught me anything, it's that Scott and I need to live together sooner rather than later. We've now been together 4 years. It was our anniversary in February. No, it wasn't. It was our anniversary in March. I'm not good with dates. I'm not that girl. I don't remember all the dates for all the things. But I know it was March because the day after our anniversary is the last time I seen him. So I bought this yarn just as the pandemic hit, just as lockdown came into place in the UK, and I knew that Ellen was not going to be shipping it for some time, which I 100% agree with. If she did not feel comfortable going to the post office, she should not have to. And I respected that, and I waited very patiently. And this is my yarn. So this is yarn from Mrs. Lamb's Yarn, which is Calook Chic Ellen on Instagram. It is on her WA sock base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, but these are the 50 gram skeins, so these are 200 grams, 200 meters, 50 grams, 200 meters, that's what I'm trying to say. So I love these. I seen these on our website and I was like, I have to have this green, and then I seen the grey and I was like, ooh, that would go well together. No idea what it was going to be. I wanted to support a friend and I just wanted the pretty yarn. So I did. I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy yarn going forward, but I'm certainly going to be a lot more mindful. So there was a pre-order listed possibly yesterday, otherwise I just spotted it yesterday, for a beautiful yarn from the Yarn Badger, who, as you will have seen from this podcast if you are a regular viewer, I have loved her stuff for over a year. I'm not good with time frames or time periods, I'm not good with that at all, but I have had her stuff for a long time. I have supported her for a long time, and I knit the Fire Nation shawl with her yarn, or at least the purples, and so I have purchased her pre-order for her birthday. I want to say birthday cake, but I'm not sure if that's correct. Let me check my phone, let me check Instagram. But yeah, I decided I wanted to support her and I wanted to treat myself. I've never been able to type and talk at the same time. Rainbow cake. So this is what I have pre-ordered, and I fell in love with this yarn when she showed it off on her Instagram. Was it quite a while ago that she showed it off? Can't remember the first time she showed it off, but it sold out very quickly. Everyone was loving it. I loved it, and I looked far too late to get the first round of it, so I missed out. And I was just like, oh my god, I'm going to watch your account until this goes up again. And it's gone out as a pre-order, so I'm very happy with that. And I think she said it won't ship until the 27th of March, which is just over a week away. No, 25th is a week on Monday, so yeah, a week on Wednesday. So 27th, I think. So that will be coming in the post at some point, and then I didn't have to. I ordered some yarn from my local craft shop for making some crochet stuff to cheer up my mum and my sister. My sister has no idea what it is, and she won't. I don't know if Hayley watches this anymore. Hi Hayley. So gonna be making some stuff from that, and I also wanted to support Mary because she had just opened up the shop again, and it was really good to talk to her. We had quite a natter on the phone, which I felt bad for. She did say people were trying to get through on the line, because she's only taking orders over the phone, and then she delivers them, and it's only Inverclyde she's doing it for. I think she might be doing delivery actually, like postal delivery. Not 100% sure. But that's the shop where my hand-dyed stuff is, which you can get for probably the next couple of months, and then I'll be taking it out of the shop. Just because I'm not dyeing anymore. So I'd feel bad having my stuff in the shop and people being like, oh, can she do this? Or can I get more of this? When no, nobody can. So I don't want to let Mary down. That's it. That's all I bought recently, and it's all I'm going to buy for quite a while, because yeah, Scott and I are going to be saving up for a house. I have one big massive purchase coming soon, and I'm not going to give any information about it just yet. I want to get it and practice and then see how things go from there, but I'm really, really excited. It's going to make making things a wee bit quicker, and yeah. So I had a bit of a blather at the start, so I don't think I need to have one now. So I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you are making some really beautiful things, but do you know what? If you don't want to and you're in the state of mind where you just can't, that's okay. Stop listening to those people saying that during this pandemic you need to learn a new language, you need to take up a new craft, you need to make everything. Because that's not the case. Sometimes you just need to spend a day in bed with your jammies, maybe watching a trilogy or watching movie after movie, and that's fine. There are just people in this world that need to learn a new language, or need to do all the crafts, or need to clean the house top to bottom. I know for a fact that I've had a pile of fresh clothing out of the wash, sitting in a pile, waiting to be put into my wardrobe for a week now, and I only just done it this morning. And that's okay. You don't need to do all the things through this pandemic. You really, really don't. You just need to be you, you need to look after yourself, and we just need to get one step at a time. Talking of one step at a time, my appearance might look a little bit different today. I might look like I actually put effort in, because I did. Something my CBT therapist many moons ago, I don't see her anymore, but I did see her at the lowest of the low. And one of the things she taught me was that, one of the things she pointed out actually was that whenever I had an appointment with her, I made more of an effort in my appearance, because I felt like that was what's the word? it was something to take to fool people. It was a mechanism of mine to fool people, and that's not me trying to fool you just now, but it wasn't just something to fool people to make them think that I was okay. It was also something to make myself feel okay, because whenever I dressed up nice, so a nice dress, and I done my hair because I have a Victory roll-in, very proud of that. It's not hair sprayed, so it will collapse at some point today. I'm wearing my bandana, I have lipstick, I've done my makeup, and it makes me feel good. It does, it makes me feel good because I love the pin-up rockabilly style, and I thought, do you know what, too long now I've just kicked about in leggings and a t-shirt, scraped my hair back, probably looked like a bit of a ghost because I just didn't bother to do anything, and it just kind of made me realise that even as something as small as putting on a nice dress and doing my hair would make me feel better. I'd forgotten that. I had forgotten that since we'd talked about it, and I wanted to let other people know that something really small doesn't matter what it is. It could seem really minuscule and petty to other people, but it's something you're holding on to. Something so small as that can really change your mood. So do it. So if you've got something really small that fills you with joy, do it. If you can. There will be days where I will scrape my hair back and I'll not put makeup on and I'll just throw on a t-shirt and leggings, and that's fine. It's what I needed that day. Because hell, I'm still wearing my pyjama shorts under this dress. And I'm probably just going to go back and throw a pyjama top on whilst I'm editing this. But I'll keep my hair in it this way because I really like it. But yeah, now I'm blabbering. And I'm getting to the mark on my camera that says, yeah, you need to stop recording. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me and waiting for this new episode, and for accepting the fact I needed a bit of a step back. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all getting through this one step at a time. You don't need to learn a new language, because hell, I'm not. And if you're not crafting, that's absolutely fine too. But just one step at a time, and you'll be okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you when I next record, which may or may not be in 2 weeks' time. You can find me on Instagram as Grianaig_creations, Ravelry as little-b, and the Ravelry group, which does have the 2020 D-Stash going on. You can find that as Grianaig Creations Podcast. Until next time, folks, see you later.